Hi everyone. Thanks for joining me for another nice YouTube lesson today. Haven't seen you in a while because of holidays, which we're going to talk about today. Today is Thursday, October 8th. And we're going to talk today about a lot of different holidays, some special days. This is a good time to talk about that because this is the holiday period. We missed our classes last Thursday and Friday because of the Chuseok holiday. And this week we're going to miss our class tomorrow, Friday, because of Hangul Day. So yeah, this is the time when there's lots of holidays. And we're going to kind of talk about some of that, the English names for holidays, and the dates of when they are, too. So I guess we might as well start with that. We'll talk about some other things, too. There's a small homework I'd like you to do. But yeah, let's talk about these different holidays we've got at this time of the year. I've made a little board with Korean holidays. And I got the names of them. So the first one I've got here is Chuseok. It is quite common in English just to call it Chuseok. If I go to Wikipedia, webpage I use all the time, if I go to Wikipedia, it'll actually say Chuseok, just there in English. Chuseok. In English, though, we might have other names for it. You might hear sometimes it's called the Harvest Festival. The harvest being when farmers would start picking a lot of their food. The food they've been growing all year, we start to gather it, like the rice, the wheat, fruits and vegetables. They've been growing since the spring, and now here in autumn is the time to get it all. So that's why we call it the Harvest Festival. And harvest festivals are common in many cultures. Or Mid-Autumn Festival, the middle of autumn. Autumn only started on the standard calendar, but for the lunar calendar, I think it is mid-autumn already, the middle of autumn. But most commonly, I think, there is the name Korean Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving is a harvest holiday that cultures have. Maybe you've heard of Thanksgiving in the USA. The USA, they celebrate Thanksgiving near the end of November. It's usually a month before Christmas, I think. I think it's always on a Thursday, so the date changes a little bit. In Canada, it's similar, but it's a different time. It's actually next week. Next Monday is Thanksgiving in Canada. I think it's the second Monday of October. We have our Thanksgiving earlier because Canada is a colder country than the USA. But yeah, so I think it's okay. I often call Chuseok Korean Thanksgiving. So maybe you can kind of use that name for it as well. Now it always changes. It's lunar. But this year Chuseok was on October 1st. Okay. Right after Chuseok this year, it was last Saturday, and because it was Saturday, maybe we didn't notice. It was next to Chuseok and it was a Saturday, so it didn't really seem like a holiday. But on October 3rd, we have Gaechonjo, and that's about Korea's history, the start of Korea, right? I don't know very much about that, but the English name for that is National Foundation Day. Foundation meaning like the beginnings of Korea. So yeah, National Foundation Day. And it is on October 3rd. So yeah, this year it was a Saturday, so didn't really notice it happening. Next year it'll be on a Sunday, so again, maybe we won't notice. Tomorrow we have our third holiday of October, and that is Hangul Day. And when I first came to Korea, it wasn't a holiday. It was a special day, but we didn't get that day off. And then later on, it became a holiday sometime when I was here. Hangul now in English is just called, if you look it up on Wikipedia, is just called Hangul Day. Not Korean alphabet day, that's, no. Just call it Hangul Day, I think. And Hangul Day, because that's when King Sejong invented Hangul for Koreans. Really nice writing system that's very easy to learn. Because I can read it. It's the easiest thing about learning Korean is Hangul. Hangul's so easy. And that's on October 9th. So yeah, those are some of the different holidays. Now that's actually going to be the main part of the homework activity I've prepared, is that I want you to match the names of the Korean holidays, the names of the Korean holidays with their English name. You can try to guess, or you can try to look it up. More importantly, the second part is where you try to make sentences telling me when different holidays and special days are. Okay. So, like in this case, you would say, oh, maybe I'll actually write these out now as full sentences. This year, Chuseok was on October 1st. For holidays like Chuseok and Solal, those are the two I can think of right now. Just let me see. Is there another one like that? Oh, I don't know. But for holidays like Chuseok and Solal, because the dates always change, it's probably good that you write, this year Chuseok is on October 1st. Or next year, Chuseok is on, actually I don't know. Because it always changes. But it might be in September next year. But yeah, this year Chuseok was on October 1st. Now with other holidays, you don't have to do that because they're fixed. So National Foundation Day, I've just written NFD. National Foundation Day is on October 3rd. Okay. And Hangul Day, HD, is on October 9th. Okay. So yeah, for the homework, I'd like you to try to write full sentences similar to these. So we should try to talk about some of the different things you need for that. Quickly, the months. Ilwal is January, Ewal is February, Samwal is March, Sawal is April, Owal is May, Yukwal is June, Chilwal is July, Palwal is August, Guwal is September, Shipwal is October, this month, Ship Ilwal is November, and Ship Ewal is December. Okay? Use the names in English. Names of the month in English, not in Korean. Okay? You probably have learned the names of the months before, but I just wanted to go over those. Now the dates, we can ask some different questions about that. Like, common question that uses dates is, when is your birthday? Okay. Now, that might be, that's when we use a date. And so, like in my case, I'm going to write this in black. My birthday is on May 20th. My birthday is on May 20th. Okay. So I have the month, May, Owal. The date, though, is May 20th. And you should change the number from a cardinal number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on, to an ordinal number, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Or in this case, you change 20 to 20th. May 20th. The other thing to notice is that you use on as a preposition. My birthday is on May 20th. We'll talk more in our next lesson next week about using other prepositions for dates and times of the day and stuff, days of the week, because they can be different. But for today, just know that for dates, you say on May 20th. Use on, okay? So I'd like you to write that in sentences. Now, there's a similar question, slightly different though. What is your date of birth? What is your date of birth? And sometimes you might see it written like on some documents. For example, if you have a passport, if you've ever traveled to another country, then you need to get a passport for that, right? And on that page with the photo, do you have a bad passport photo? I do. Mine I'm kind of something. Everybody's passport photo is bad though. But there'll be lots of information like your name and the country you're from and everything. And one, you might see written on there DOB, and that's meaning your date of birth. Now here in Korea, your date of birth, it's different from your birthday because you also should include the year you were born if you're asked your date of birth. Here in Korea, here we use black again. Here in Korea, you put the year first. It's year, month, day. So in my case, it would be like, my date of birth would look like this here in Korea. But in different countries, it's done differently. I think in the UK they do day, month, year. So the opposite of here in Korea. In Korea, if I write my date of birth as 770520, in the UK, Yeongguk, they would write it I would write it as 200577. In North America, usually we put the month, the day, the year, which is kind of confusing, but it would be commonly written like, oh, no, I commonly write it like this, but when you're using it in a sentence, my date of birth is May 20th, 1977. So the year goes at the end. So it's just the same, only you add the year to the end of it. Okay. Yeah. Now, also, I'm going to look at a couple more questions that are similar with similar answers. It's not about holidays still, but how about talking about today? Like I started at the beginning of the lesson, I said today is Thursday, October 8th. Now that's today's date. If a person asks first, what day is it today? Do you ever have that where you're not sure, you kind of forget what day it is, or is that just me? I mean, it depends on the day. That never happens on a Friday, a Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. But Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I sometimes forget those three. So what day is it today? Well, in that case, you just say it's Thursday. Easy. But if you ask what's the date, what is today's date? I'm going to write that question out too. What is today's date? You should say it's Thursday, October 8th. What is today's date? It's Thursday, October 8th. Usually, in that case, you maybe don't have to say the year. I think maybe people know the year. People know what year it is. It's 2020, the worst year in a long time. A year many people aren't enjoying. But yeah, in that case, you should say the day of the week and the date, October 8th. Okay. So what else? So yeah, try to learn the numbers that are used. I'll just write this out again so there's enough space. So I've written 1 through 10 on the board, on my whiteboard here, and so 1 is changed to first. 2 is second. 3 is third. And you've probably heard these, maybe you've used these ordinal numbers in some situations. Maybe not when talking about holidays or birthdays, but possibly when talking about sports, you've used these. And we'll talk about that more next week, our lesson next week. There'll be some stuff about sports, sports standings or tables. Now, most of them are the same. Most of the ordinals end with th, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3 are the different ones, first, second, and third. Continuing on with the numbers, we've got 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. It's all pretty simple. They're all like that. And then we go down a bit and we get to 20th, my birthday, 20th, and then 21st, 22nd. See that okay? Oops. 23rd. And continuing some more, you got 30th, 31st, 32nd. Now with dates, like for example, October, the last day of October, Halloween, is on October 31st. So often with ordinals, you may not use many past 31st. Maybe sports standings a bit, but yeah, those are the lower ones are more commonly used. Also, just reminded of this, a common mistake Koreans often make. Try not, I don't think this is as common with the ordinal numbers, 12th and 20th, but try not to confuse 12 and 20. 12 and 20. Many Koreans mix up 12 and 20. Maybe just a pronunciation problem. But yeah, try not to confuse those. 12 has a V in it. 20 has an N. Can maybe help a little bit. 12, 20, 12th, 20th. So, yeah, the pronunciation also at the end, 20. So the last sound of it is E, 20. 12 is a V at the end, okay? Many Korean students often confuse 12 and 20. So yeah, try not to do that. Let's see, is that all then? So yeah, the homework activity is pretty simple, I think, today. Match some holidays, the Korean names and the English names of the holidays, and then try to tell me when some holidays and special days are. Try to use a full sentence, okay? So if I ask you, when is Hangul Day, it's okay if you say October 9th, but it's better if you can write a sentence saying Hangul Day is on October 9th. I'll just show you an example. We're almost finished. Here, there's just one more thing. So yeah, for example, if when is Hangul Day comes up, and if your answer is October 9th, that's good. That's good. But writing a sentence like this is better. Hangul Day is on October 9th. In fact, if you write the full sentence with good grammar, but you get the date wrong, if you write something like Hangul Day is on October 3rd, I would actually give you more points for this than this. Okay? I care more about your grammar being correct and using a full sentence than getting the date right. If you get the date wrong, well, this is the best answer. But you would actually get more points if you got the date wrong, but you tried to do a full sentence than if you just wrote the date. Okay? So yeah, that's our lesson for today. Again, no lesson tomorrow, one more holiday. Then next week we'll be back to a full week schedule. So yeah, next week maybe we can plan a speaking activity. Maybe next Friday will be a speaking activity or something. We'll see. I'll let you know. Okay, so that will be all for today, and I hope you have a nice long weekend. Okay. All right. Well, take care and see you next time. Bye bye.